Welcome friends. Our next topic is single tone frequency modulation. As we know that in frequency modulated signal, there is a nonlinear function of mt, that is integration of m tau d tau. This makes frequency modulation a nonlinear process, and FM wave is given as function of t equals to AC cos within bracket 2 pi fct plus 2 pi kf integration m tau d tau limits is 0 to t. And here the topic is single tone frequency modulation. For this we use a single frequency of modulating signal, that is mt, and its value is am cos 2 pi fmt. Here we use a single frequency, that is modulating frequency fm. Also, as we have discussed earlier, the instantaneous frequency of FM is given by F suffix I, and it is equals to Fc plus Kf into Mt. Here Kf is called a frequency sensitivity of modulator measured in Hertz per volt. Now we put Mt equals to Am cos 2 pi Fmt. And we get a new value, that is Kf into Am, called frequency deviation, and it is denoted by delta F. So delta F equals to Kf into Am, called frequency deviation. Now what is the definition of frequency deviation? Frequency deviation represents the maximum departure of instantaneous frequency with respect to carrier frequency. So this is the definition of frequency deviation delta F, and its value is Kf into Am. Also, we know that the instantaneous frequency is related with instantaneous angle theta. That is given as instantaneous frequency is equals to 1 upon 2 pi d theta I upon dt. From here we can obtain instantaneous angle theta I. For this, we first move 2 pi to the left side and taking integration on both sides. So, the instantaneous angle theta I function of t is equals to 2 pi integration fi into dt. Here the limit is from 0 to t. And in place of instantaneous frequency fi function of t, we can write fc plus kf into mt. Also, in place of mt, we can write Am cos 2 pi fmt. So the instantaneous angle having two terms. The first term is 2 pi fct, that is obtained by taking 2 pi fc integration of dt, and the second term is 2 pi kf into Am integration cos 2 pi fmt into dt, and its value is kf into Am upon Fm sin 2 pi Fmt. Here 2 pi is cancelled after taking integration. Now the term Kf into Am is called frequency deviation denoted by delta F, that represent maximum departure of instantaneous frequency with respect to carrier frequency. Now we get a new ratio, that is delta F upon Fm. This ratio is called a modulation index or deviation ratio in case of FM, and this ratio is denoted by beta. So beta is called deviation ratio or modulation index, and its value is delta F upon FM. So the instantaneous angle theta I is equals to 2 pi fct plus beta sin 2 pi fmt. Here beta is equals to delta F upon Fm. Here the first term, that is 2 pi fct, represents the angle of unmodulated carrier. So in the second term, beta represents phase deviation, that is maximum departure of instantaneous angle from unmodulated carrier angle and measured in radian. So here in FM we talk about two quantities. First, frequency deviation denoted by delta F, and its value is Kf into Am. And the second is called deviation ratio or modulation index denoted by beta, that is equals to delta f upon fm. And the fm equation can be written in terms of modulation index beta as function of t equals to AC cos within bracket 2 pi fct plus beta sine 2 pi fmt. Now, depending upon the value of beta, that is modulation index, fm is classified into narrowband fm and wideband fm. In narrowband fm, the value of beta is far less than 1 radian, while in case of wideband fm, the value of beta, that is modulation index, is far greater than 1 radian. So now we first discuss about narrowband FM or NBFM. For this, we first consider a single tone FM given by equation ST equals to AC cos within bracket 2 pi FCT plus beta sine 2 pi FMT. Here beta is the modulation index and it is equals to delta F upon FM. Here delta F is called frequency deviation and FM is the single tone modulating frequency. As we have seen in FM equation, there are two terms with cos function. So we can use trigonometry identity, that is cos A plus B equals to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. And the modified FM equation becomes S function of t equals to AC cos 2 pi FCT into cos beta sine 2 pi FMT minus AC sine 2 pi FCT into sine beta sine 2 pi FMT. So the single tone FM equation is expanded by using trigonometry identity. Now, as we know that in case of narrowband FM, the beta, that is modulation index, is far less than 1 radian. So in the first term there is cos beta sine 2 pi FMT and it's approximately equals to 1 because in narrowband FM beta is less than 1 radian. So for our convenience we take beta equals to 0. So in this case cos 0 equals to 1. So the approximate value of cos beta sine 2 pi FMT for narrowband FM is 1. And in the second term there is sine beta sine 2 pi FMT. And in case of narrowband FM, beta is far less than 1 radian, so its approximate value is beta sine 2 pi FMT. And accordingly, we obtain approximate form of narrowband FM equation. That is, S function of t equals to AC cos 2 pi FCT minus beta AC sine 2 pi FCT into sine 2 pi FMT. Next, as we know that for the generation of FM, we use integrator followed by phase modulator. So for narrowband FM generation, we use narrowband phase modulator. That follow the approximate equation given by S function of t equals to AC cos 2 pi FCT minus beta into AC sine 2 pi FCT into sine 2 pi FMT. And the block diagram of narrowband phase modulator is shown in figure. This is an indirect method for the generation of narrowband FM. Here, the narrowband phase modulator consists of product modulator and minus 90 degree phase shifter. Initially, message signal is passed through the integrator and we obtain beta sine 2 pi FMT. Because here we consider sinusoidal modulating signal, that is m function of t equals to am cos 2 pi FMT. And after integration, we get beta sine 2 FMT. Here beta is delta F upon FM. Or we can say that the input of the product modulator is beta sine 2 pi FMT. Another input of the product modulator is sinusoidal carrier signal, that is AC sine 2 pi FCT. That is according to the approximate form of narrowband FM, that is second term. And it is obtained with the help of minus 90 degree phase shifter. Now, the output of the product modulator is simply the product of beta sine 2 pi FMT and AC sine 2 pi FCT. That is beta into AC sine 2 pi FCT into sine 2 pi FMT. And according to the approximate equation of narrowband FM, there is a negative sign between two terms. So we use a summer accordingly. Output of product modulator is taken with negative sign, and AC cos 2 pi FCT, that is sinusoidal carrier, is taken with positive sign. That is according to the approximate form of narrowband FM equation. So in this way we can generate narrowband FM by using the narrowband phase modulator with inputs beta sin 2 pi FMT and AC cos 2 pi FCT. Next, we again expand the approximate form of narrowband FM equation. For this, we use another trigonometric identity, that is 2 sin A sin B, that correspond to the second term in narrowband FM equation, and it is equals to cos A minus B minus cos A plus B. Here we first multiply and divide by 2 in the second term, and using formula 2 sin A sin B. And narrowband FM is written again in approximate form by the equation, that is S function of t equals to AC cos 2 pi FCT plus beta into AC upon 2 within bracket cos 2 pi FC plus FM into t minus cos within bracket 2 pi FC minus FM into t. And this is the approximate form of narrowband FM having upper sideband and lower sideband. Upper sideband correspond to FC plus FM and lower sideband correspond to FC minus FM. And this expression is similar to amplitude modulation. In case of narrowband FM, beta is the modulation index, and in case of AM, mu is the modulation index. Only the basic difference between narrowband FM and AM is that the sign of the LSB frequency in narrowband FM is reversed, that is negative. Also, we know that in AM, the transmission bandwidth is twice of FM, that is twice of the modulating frequency. Similarly, the narrowband FM also having a transmission bandwidth of twice of FM. Next, we are going to discuss the phasor comparison of narrowband FM and AM wave. As we have discussed earlier, in the equations of narrowband FM and AM wave, there is a difference of sign in the LSB term. In narrowband FM, there is a negative sign, while in case of AM, there is a positive sign in lower sideband term. But both equations have AC cos 2 pi FCT as the first term, which means the carrier amplitude remains constant in both narrowband FM and AM. So to represent phasor, we take carrier as a reference in both narrowband FM and AM. So this is the first point. Second point is, in narrowband FM, the resultant of the two side frequency phasors, that is upper side frequency and lower side frequency, is always perpendicular to the carrier reference phasor. But in case of AM wave, the resultant of the two side frequency phasor is always in phase with the carrier reference phasor. And the third point is, in narrowband FM, the amplitude of the resultant phasor is approximately the same as carrier amplitude, but always out of phase with respect to reference. While in case of AM, the resultant phasor amplitude is different as compared to carrier reference phasor, but in this case, it is always in the same phase. So, in the phasor comparison, we note a point. In narrowband FM, the resultant phasor is 90 degree with the carrier, and the upper side frequency and lower side frequency, that is modulating frequency, makes some angle with respect to carrier phasor, and the sideband frequency phasor rotates in the direction of increasing angle with respect to carrier. And in case of AM, the resultant phasor is always in a phase with respect to reference, and the sideband frequency phasor rotates in the direction of increasing angle. that is made with respect to carrier phasor.